What do you do back there in KC? What do you do?
Oh, well, now I live in Houston.
Oh, in Houston? What do you do there?
Project engineer for a construction company.
Oh, nice. We're a working guy. And yourself, young lady? Are you working? Or are you still in school? Are you just...
Still in school.
What are you studying?
I don't even know.
You're still in high school, or what grade are you in?
Ninth.
In the 9th grade? Oh, you got a long way to go. Don't worry about it. Yeah. But now's a good time to start thinking about it. So what do you think of my work?
Oh, this is all your work?
Well, I'd be a real idiot to stay out here and catch abuse for someone else's work.
It's actually good.
That's
I like that one.
Which one?
I won.
Oh, yeah. So, are you political at all? Do you get into politics much? Or
A little bit.
Yeah? Where do you stand politically? What do you think is going on?
I'm more of an independent.
An independent? That's a good thing.
How about yourself?
Well, I would like to think, I don't like the labels. I don't like, that I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, and, because then they put you in a group think thing, and then people, well, if you say that, then everybody's going to assume things. See, when you say you're an independent, nobody can assume shit. Okay, what does that mean? Where do you stand on things, And it could be that you could bridge, you could be conservatively, fiscally conservative, but at the same time, you could be socially liberal.
Yeah.
Who'd you vote for in the last election? Did you vote?
No, I wasn't in the country.
Oh, okay. So what do you think of our current leadership and all?
Interesting.
Are you being evasive on...
Basically. That's usually how I am.
That's okay.
What do you think?
I think, mostly we're being played by the elites and the political system and the whole thing is. And we get to a point, because we've been doing this over and over again. This is not the first time history has repeated itself. And, people can only take so much, and then they get fed up and things boil over. And it's a bunch of chaos and whatever. And then whatever shakes out of that, we start rebuilding again. We become successful. We give up our rights and our liberties, and then the corrupt take over. It goes over and over again. There's a book called The Fourth Turning. It's like every 80 years there's this cycle of change that goes through, that governments and people go through. And I think we're at that one of those cycles. The only thing I think that's different now is, at least in my lifetime, or anybody that recorded lifetime that we know of, this is the first time we've ever had the technological advances that instant communication. I think that's gone a long way to change society, change everything. Now we won't even have to communicate. We just get on Facebook, and look on YouTube. You don't even have to be able to read. You can just watch a documentary and gain knowledge or different perspectives. But with that, if you dwell too much into it, you lose this. Talking to one another. Hey, watch this documentary, so you gained an opinion. What did you think of it? Rather than just walking away with what that documentary's or that news article or whatever's trying to tell you. They're going out communicating. That's why you have friends. That's why you go out and talk. What do you think of that bum last night? You just, right? Then you try to work it out. And hopefully you just don't stay in that little, you don't put the blinders on, just speak to people that agree with you. Because then you're limiting yourself just like you would have. Yeah, I'm a Democrat. You'd be limiting yourself to that tunnel vision. So, getting out and talking to people. It's always good, different opinions. That's why I'm out here. So I'm asking you, but you won't tell me. You'll clam it up.
I think you hit it on the head. Fiscally conservative, but otherwise a lefty.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of the immigration, the border situation? You think we ought to have a wall?
I think we already have a decent enough program. I don't think more money needs to go into that. We have other needs.
The thing is, we have 13, an estimate 13 million illegals in this country.
an estimate still.
Well, still, it's a lot. I mean, it's more than a few. I mean, if it was half that, it'd still be a lot.
And when you get into the question, or get into the issue of it being illegal, it's like, okay, well, there's obviously a great need for people to get into this country, and they can't
legally
getting in.
But why would they do it legally? You can make your application legally.
Some people don't have the time.
Well, tough shit. I don't have the time to earn money. Is it all right for me to go rob a bank? Hey, I didn't have the time to earn it. It was there. I had to go rob it.
You're talking about people's lives that are at stake, though.
What? Yeah, our lives. How do I know who's coming over isn't going to kill me? Because there are a great deal of the damn illegal immigrants come over have been convicted of crimes. Or how do we know that they're not criminals to begin with? Again, I don't care what the percentage is. Why? You have doors on your house, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
So that the air conditioning doesn't get out.
And?
That's about it.
And that people you don't want don't come in.
We keep it unlocked for most of the time.
Please. Let's...
A majority of the immigrants that are coming in just want to be safe, and their
That's
lives
fine. Why don't they come in legally?
Because a lot of them don't have the time to make it out with their lives.
Again, that's not an excuse. You either obey the law or you don't obey the law. You don't go to the judge and go, Judge, I didn't have the time to obey the law. That's not how this works. The law is you come in legally. If you cross that border...
Change the law, and that's what we're working on.
Why would you...
Change the law so that more people can get in safely without being prosecuted and separated.
And who's going to... what are they going to do? Who's going to feed them? Who's going to take care of them? If they don't know the language, if they're coming... Well, they take care of themselves. What if they're coming in with diseases? Is that okay with you? If they come in with plague, if they come in with the bubonic plague, that's okay with you? Well, how do we know if we don't know of a border? If we can't check who's coming in?
The CDC would know if there was a bubonic plague.
How do they know? If you just have an open border, how you know that a terrorist isn't walking across with a biological weapon?
I think we have.
How would you know that
with domestic terrorism than international terrorism?
You're conflating. If anybody can walk across that border without being checked.
No one said that.
Well,
I didn't say without.
You're contradicting yourself. If people can just come over here because they haven't got the time to go through legally, that means they came through illegally. And if they came through illegally, that means no one checked them. So what's going to stop a terrorist with bubonic, with a biological weapon to walk across that border?
I think the bigger issue would be domestic terrorists with the bubonic plague that they cooked up in their house, walking into the streets.
What domestic? All right, fine. We got people. We can even just. But
so,
you're conflating again. You're taking it off the subject. I'm talking about on that border. If you're just going to open up the borders,
you're creating issues.
No, I'm asking about the border. If you have an open border, how do we know who's coming over? And why should we allow just anybody to come over that wants to?
Anybody was coming over before Trump was elected.
I beg your pardon?
Not just anybody was coming over the border before Trump.
I got good money to lay down to say that's untrue.
I live in Houston, and that's where a lot of people are crossing through, and I'm telling you, you need to re-educate yourself.
I'm well educated, so I'll put my money where my mouth is. Would you like to go there? I'll give you odds. I'll give you 10 to 1 odds if you want to go there. Because we can look up the statistics. I talk to border agents out here on a regular basis.
Up the statistics.
I talk to border agents all the time out here.
Okay, political differences aside, I think we gotta go and check out other markets.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, I think you're contradicting yourself.
I think you're dumb.
Oh, well, you see, and then you get into name calling. So obviously you lost the argument. You're a mental midget. You just proved it.